Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. Welcome to another chapter of lifestyle. Today we are going to talk about marriage with my friends here. We are hoping to cover all the steps of marriage. We are hoping actually. So stay with us. We might have the answer of your question. Nasreen, the camera is yours.
Thank you, Sister Roya. Assalamu alaikum to all our viewers. And thank you for joining us again for another episode of Lifestyle. And I hope you're having a great day out there. And inshallah, when you think of marriage, I hope the things that come up in your head are the things that we get to answer here. Inshallah, Sister Razia, Dr. Razia, excuse me, she has this real good tact of inspiring people with hadiths that come, the hadiths that you don't really hear about Jannah and about Hazrat Fatima. And so, inshallah, I hope that she will be inspiring you as much as she inspires us here in the studio. And also we have Sister Fatima, who is ready to cook treats up, inshallah. And I'm not going to tell you what she's making. She will do that. Come on.
Thank you, Nasreen. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. Today we are going to be doing a vegetarian meal, and it's inshallah going to be as healthy as we can make it. And it has lentils in it. That's as much as I'll give out.
That's really great. I think men are not going to like
She's
that.
so mean.
No
She
meat.
doesn't give the whole
So,
thing away.
So, assalamu alaikum, Ms. Najafi.
Walaikum
Welcome
assalam
here.
warahmatullah.
I'm
Thank
really
you so much
happy
for having
for
me.
today. Yes, I'm really honored to be hosting you.
Same here.
So let me start. Let me go straight to the point. And this is my question all the time in my mind. So that actually, why we go through marriage? I mean, is it because? Let me put it this way. Let me put it in this way. What is marriage? Is it something religious, and is it something cultural, or we are doing this because we want to follow our instinct? I really like to know the answer of this.
Yeah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You have given the answer very beautifully, that definitely our religion has come to just shape up and to polish whatever we have in our instinct and in our fitra. Therefore, we are just emphasizing a lot that deen, religion, which is the lifestyle, is just guiding us, putting us towards the right path, right track, and definitely the balance and moderate way of lifestyle. So this is something fitri, which is in our nature, and therefore in all kind of culture you can get this beautiful we can say habit and character of getting married people, and alhamdulillah, but in our religion there's something really amazing. Our concepts are just super, which we are going to talk inshallah.
So you mean marriage means following the instinct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and Ms. Najafi, what is the purpose of marriage? Is it because you want to actually start a family, or because you want to, I don't know, have a long legacy, or I don't know, or you want to leave something behind yourself? Because of that, you go through marriage. So, what's the purpose of marriage?
Yeah, there are so many purposes. As a human being, as a mankind, we all like to live in a social society. So we need each other. And again, this is the Creator's miracle, that He has instinct, that beautiful, that attraction in both opposite sex, that otherwise, sometimes I really feel nowadays, especially the challenges which we are facing, we feel that why we should get married, it's sometimes a hassle.
Yes, exactly.
And the same way, like even having children is a hassle.
Yes.
Bringing them, and so many responsibilities. And I remember Hassan al-Basri, one of the narrator, he said the same way, very negatively. Nowadays, unfortunately, people, they are more towards negativity compared to the positivity. So he said also to our fourth Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, that, why should we have children and marriage and all these responsibilities? So look at the perspective of super positive, and the tranquility and peace and the perfection which our religion gives us. Imam replied, and Imam said that why you're saying that having children is hassle? No, he said, Imam replied that they are dua when they're alive, and
Yes.
if they die, they are the best source of intercession.
Yes.
So if they are in this world, you're getting so many benefits.
Yes.
The same way from our partner, how much we are gaining. Not only Islamically, if you see, like if you study or if you just again take this kind of survey, you will feel that people have come across with these few benefits. For
Yes.
example, if you are married, you will use most of your talents.
Yes.
You will reach to the perfection. So
Yes.
you make more money according to them, because unfortunately the life is money, the time is money. Not
Yes.
Islamically. Islamically we say money is nothing in that sense. It's just a medium in the mean. Our purpose is higher than
Yes.
money.
True.
And second is we would have more healthier life,
Yes.
physically and
Physically.
emotionally, both healthy. Who doesn't want to live healthy? So if you really want to live healthy, this is the best way which our Creator has showed and He has put in ourselves. And then definitely the producing of the most happiest and healthier children. And then we have more even physical intimacy.
Yes.
Maybe you will be amazed.
Yeah, I really wanted
Wait,
to say
yeah.
that. A lot of people believe that's the only, or no, not the only reason, the first reason that we go through marriage, because we want to actually saturate our physical intimacy desires. Is it the first reason? Is it the base?
Not definitely, no, not first and the only one.
Yes.
Definitely it has so much weight, the
Yes.
reason itself, because nikah, the literal meaning of nikah in dictionary, one of the meaning is definitely to have that physical intimacy. But the point which I really want to say to our youth,
Yes.
to our teenagers especially, that if you want to compare someone single,
Yes.
and the married one, if you wanna compare and to see who has more fun and enjoyment and entertainment regarding to this physical intimacy, all the survey, all the scientists, all the thinkers and scholars, all of them, they say the one who is in the boundary of marriage. So married person has more fun, more like enjoyment, which Allah Ta'ala has given as a desire within us compared to the unmarried one. So this is the one of the very, very amazing, maybe unbelievable for some people, the benefit. And the last one is the married people, they live longer.
Yes.
Because they are
Married
healthier.
people, really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so yeah, hopefully.
Healthier, yeah, longer, and full of blessing, because
Yes.
they have beautiful, because they have some purpose in life.
Yes.
And for that purpose, they're forced to use whatever they have within them.
Yes.
And single people, they don't have. Therefore, in hadith, you will be amazed that the way Rasulullah, our Prophet, he make us imagine that the most beloved house in the sight and eyes of Allah is the house which has built through the marriage. So
Yes.
marriage is something very outstanding. The house which is, fixed because of marriage and have protection because of marriage. And not only that, the Prophet, he said, the best people among my ummah, my nation, is the one who's married. And the worst one are those who have choice, but still, they are choosing to live single and
Exactly.
bachelor. Those are the worst. And why? There are so many reasons, not only Islamically. So because if they have choice, we shouldn't choose to live our whole life, without having any partner in our
Okay.
life. Yeah.
So that was great.
Yeah.
I definitely want to go for the question whether the marriage is easy or difficult, but I want to save this, but promise me to answer this one later.
Why not?
But I want to go for this one. What is our understanding of an actually Islamic marriage?
Yeah, this is a beautiful question. I really want to answer as much as I can have strength of my expression. I always, I have this question in my mind that usually we strongly believe that during the nikah time,
Yes.
this is our belief as a Muslim,
Yes.
that nikah has so much power that it can open the doors of the heaven.
Yes.
Therefore, we are, eager to say, please pray for me. This is the time of
Yes.
dua, because
Yes.
we are very nearer to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala as a couple. We keep asking them for some dua and for prayers. Why? What is the reason? What does it mean in your opinion? That why what does it mean that the doors of heavens, can open by this, worship of Allah, the nikah?
Really, you're asking
Yeah.
about my... I don't want to say anything stupid, actually. I don't know, but for me, it's like, as a woman, I think it can be, the hardest step of life. So I think I'm giving everything, actually. So because I am hoping to start a family, to I don't know, to build a house, I don't know, to shelter a man, and hopefully in future shelter some children. I think this is what comes to my mind, but I'm sure it's...
But the connection, this, maybe we don't pay attention on this aspect of nikah and marriage, that there is a Quran, there is
Yes.
Allah, there's
Yes.
the doors of heaven, in
Yes.
Jannah, paradise. Why? Because we all belong to those Shajara Tayyibah. Shajara Tayyibah, that blessed tree, which is Rasulullah, our spiritual father.
Yes.
And Imam Ali, our spiritual father again, and Lady Fatima, the Lady of Light, and she's our spiritual mother.
Yes.
So what happens when this beautiful, matchless marriage of Lady Fatima and Imam Ali occurred, in first Dhul Hijjah, and we know about the history. But the only point which I really want to mention is that, there's a deep connection between Tuba tree
Yes.
and Tayyibah tree in this
Yes.
world, and the ceremony and wedding function of Imam Ali and Hazrat Fatima.
Yes.
And whenever we get married, we have those connection, because we know that we are the leaves of that tree.
Yes.
The root is Fatima Zahra. The roots are
Yes.
unsuru hadhihi shajara Fatima.
Yes.
And we are the awraq, we are the azghan, we are the aghsan, means the ghusn, the branches, the leaves. So whatever happens to that tree, it happens to us too, because
Yes,
we have
that's
that
true.
deep connection. So what is going on the wedding night, wedding day?
Oh, Miss Najafi, can we save
yeah,
this?
Yeah.
I think we have to go to kitchen. Fatima is waiting, patiently.
Okay. Thank you very much. Today we are going to be doing lentil patties, and as you know, we are doing one sweet item, one savory item, and so we wanted to do something that's actually healthy and it's meatless. So this is actually a good item for vegetarians, for a nice light dinner, or even a nice light lunch. So we're going to start with our lentils. We have 1 cup of lentils, and I strongly suggest that you soak your lentils, because the beans, when they're soaked, actually they have their nutritious value is doubled, and also the fact that the gas inside these beans, it helps to take away some of the gas. So we have 1 cup of lentil that I've cooked, which is about 2.5 cups of lentil, and I strongly suggest that you do not use canned lentils. Use the fresh ones. They're quite cheap and easy to buy. All right.
And easy to make.
And
They're
easy
not
to make,
difficult
exactly.
to make, to prepare.
This is 1 medium-sized onion that I've actually minced onion. I'm going to put this in here, but we are going to puree this, because we sort of want a sauce, and the lentil, when, like, as you see, there's like, it's in the form of a bean, right? So it needs to be crushed. And also you have to cook your lentils very much, like, so they're really, really nice and soft. We don't want like sort of al dente style of lentils.
Well, with this, because we're making patties and you're watching, and you're pureeing them, it doesn't matter if they they come apart, because usually you want to make sure they don't come apart,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Then they get mushy. So with this, it's easier.
It's ensuring the
cook
fact
it,
that they don't
yeah.
come apart, right?
I really didn't know how we can make sure that
No,
they
the
are not coming
beans.
apart. I mean,
No,
yeah.
the beans.
The-
Usually, if you cook the beans too much, they become soup.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So with this, it's okay because you can puree
You
them.
actually want them to be like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so like I said, lentils are quite gassy. So to that, I'm gonna add cumin powder.
Takes away the gas.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
see,
really
that's a
good.
good
You know,
point.
actually, like if you sort of like steam cumin, pour cumin seeds on water, and you drink it after. For example, if you have something really gassy like hummus or something with a lot of beans, it really
Cauliflower.
helps.
Yeah.
Or cauliflower
that's
flour, yeah,
great.
exactly. So I have half a teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, or half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Again, it depends on your liking. And I have two and a half teaspoons of breadcrumbs. So this breadcrumbs, you can replace it with flour, but I strongly suggest that you don't, because it's going to get soggy and it's going to taste raw, you know, because this cutlet or this patty doesn't need much cooking, because everything is almost cooked.
Yes.
The only raw thing that we have in it is the onions and the eggs, right? So it doesn't need much cooking. We're not going to be like messing around with it a lot, okay?
Yes.
And then, and actually the other powder this is the breadcrumbs, very fine breadcrumbs. The one that was there, so we have salt, pepper, cumin powder, and wheat germ. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of wheat germ to it,
germs.
not more, right? This is our breadcrumbs.
And of course, we can use garlic, fresh garlic.
Fresh
Yeah,
garlic.
I was
and
really
ginger.
waiting for
Does
garlic
ginger
to
go
come
with it?
up. I mean, actually,
You
because-
can use fresh
Yeah.
garlic, but I find that garlic has a very strong taste. I didn't want it to overpower the lentil
Okay.
flavor, so I wanted to sort of like keep the original flavor. We are going to add our sea salt, and remember, sea salt is actually more salty than other unhealthy salts, so you have to be sort of a little careful about what you do. But you know what I like to do? I like to add the salt inside the lentil when it's cooking, because I feel like it really goes inside
Yes.
the
Exactly.
texture of the beans or whatever it is. So I'm going to just give this a quick mix. I haven't added my eggs yet. This is just my lentils, my dry
there you
stuff.
are, Roya. The eggs keeps it
Okay.
together.
Yeah, the eggs. That's the
Fatima,
good
they
fact.
want you to push it forward because they
sure.
want the camera get it.
Don't drop the
Is it okay? Okay, that's okay.
Okay.
blender.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna start mashing this.
And you don't add water, huh?
What is it?
You don't add water. You don't need to add
No,
water.
no.
Okay.
Actually, you need to sort of.
Olive oil.
You don't need. You actually need to sieve the lentil when you cook it, so you take out as much water in it as you can, and that's the reason we're adding breadcrumbs. We don't want soggy cutlets, otherwise it's gonna like spread in the pan when we put it. We don't need to like mash it all the way through, just as long as we are sure that there is not like big chunks of.
So, what is the best actual herb, fresh herb that would go with lentils? Anyone have a?
Herbs.
What about
I was thinking of putting.
no, yes,
mint.
go on. A
Mint?
mint.
I was
Yeah, I
thinking of
think
putting
mint
dried
is-
mint
yeah.
Should be,
inside
I was
it.
thinking,
Yes.
dill.
But then again, like I wanted to keep the taste original, because Iranians, they always add like dried mint to their cutlets.
I would
meat
put
or-
fresh in, yeah.
So I wanted to keep it simple.
But
put
there
the
is a
herbs in
gossip that
everything that I
lentil
can.
cause depression.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard
What
about
causes
it.
depression?
I'm a lentil. I mean, it causes depression. I mean,
Oh, actually, what the imams say is that the lentils, because it is the food of the prophets, right? The prophets ate lentils because it makes the heart soft.
it makes heart
So,
soft.
yeah, it makes the heart soft. In fact, the narration says that to tears. So what it means is that if you're getting depressed, it means there's something you're trying to not address in your soul that you're trying to actually escape from. So this is bringing you back to, and you don't like it, right? But if we're trying to face our own realities, then the lentils will actually make our life much more comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what about calorie, Fatima? I mean, I don't think it has a lot of calorie.
No, it's actually a very
It's
sorry, it's a
low-
very light kind of food, and I'm gonna show like 2 ways of serving it. You can serve it besides a nice fresh salad, or on top of pita bread or something if you
Yes.
want it a little more rich. This was 3 eggs that I lightly beat to take away the egginess, like I always say. And then one tip about cutlets or patties is when you, like, for example, in potato patties that inshallah we're going to cover in the future, you can add a little bit of milk to your patties and it makes it really nice and fluffy.
Yes.
So here I'm going to add strained yogurt. Okay. Now the good thing
Strange
about
yogurt?
strained.
Strained.
Strained
Strained yogurt.
I have like about 1.5 tablespoons of strained yogurt.
Like a laban? Is that actually laban?
It's
The thick?
you know, it's like shallot yogurt that we get in Iran. It's very. I mean, I'm sure you can get it everywhere.
Well,
it's,
it's laban, more the Lebanese type that they eat with the bread and
Yeah,
breakfast,
it's like
yeah.
it's salty and sour. So this yogurt, what it's gonna do is that it's gonna make the patty really, really nice and airy and fluffy.
moist.
And
Yeah.
then, so we're just gonna mix this. And the thing about this batter is that it needs to rest for about like 5 to 10 minutes to sort of like all the flavors get married, and then we're gonna start frying them.
It's
So I
about
guess-
marriage,
yeah,
actually.
it's
All about marriage.
Even
Yeah, I
our
would've-
cutlets are getting married.
I hope they end up good.
Yeah,
like a
inshallah.
happy life, yes.
I wanted to say something about the lentils. You know, the lentils you were asking about, that you know, it is Surah Yasin is actually the heart of the Quran and where diet and everything begins. So, in fact, the first food mentioned from that point of view is in verse 33 of 36. And Allah says that I give life, I bring life out of the dead earth with the habban, you know, which is the grains.
Yes.
And grains, although if you look it up on Google, the grains is mainly like bulgur and wheat and barley, but actually from Islamic point of view, it's beans, lentils, it's all the things that come
Yes.
from the, you know, the ground. So it's important to look back to Islam
And
when
you
we
know,
understand.
nowadays that we have like so many people who are vegetarians and they're looking for like food items that will actually nourish their body at the same time. It doesn't
Exactly.
just fill their stomach, but it's actually giving them good stuff. Beans are always an item that is added to salads, to soups,
Yes.
to sandwiches. So that it's very important
because it's
to
the most natural place to begin. That if you don't have enough grains in your diet, you're never going to be healthy, because you're losing the foundational strength and structure of the human body
Yes.
that comes before the dates even. And when it says, you mentioned the heart, depression, the first life is physical, but the second life is the heart.
Yes.
Right? So that means that Allah's giving life to the heart again as well, because it's also in the heart of the Quran, which is
Yes.
Yasin. So, you know, we have to think on the heart and the physical as, you know, as a human being,
Yeah,
as a
that's
Muslim.
great. Thank you.
So, yeah, I give the
Thank
floor
you.
to you now.
So much information.
So our batter is ready. As you can see, it's sort of like a thick yogurt consistency. We're going to let this rest and then we're going to start frying it.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Fatima.
To
So,
absorb the water into it, yeah.
thank you very much. So, Ms. Najafi, so let's continue. I'm so sorry for the
No,
interruption.
no. I was
So I think
just-
we were on a night of Nikah, am I right? And so such a special night that is. So
Yeah.
let's go on.
Yeah, the question which I raised about marriage was that, you know, what is the connection between the doors of paradise and heavens and guarding and saving the half of the religion and
Yes.
Quran and whatever, you know. But unfortunately, it doesn't match the way we usually celebrate, you know, our functions. And mostly we are thinking that, oh yeah, this is the marriage, you know, we have to be free,
Yes.
free of all this, you know, rules and regulation which Islam says, and just, you know, be happy. And we have once in our year, you know, once in life, not year, life,
Life
we are,
opportunity.
you know, marriage. So
Really? I was just asking, really? Seriously?
So yeah, that is the misconception which unfortunately we have. And yeah, but if we again look at the amazing, matchless, unique, divine, because after the marriage of Prophet Adam and Eve, the only marriage which maybe the only marriage which has been placed that as the guardian, the wali, was Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, because Allah has chosen Ali for Fatima.
Yes.
This was just from Allah, you know. And therefore, when the angels came to give this good tidings to Imam Ali that, you know, we are going to have a ceremony in the heavens for you, Ali and Fatima. So Imam Ali alayhi salam, he just did sajda, you know, prostration in front of Allah tabarak wa ta'ala, and he has recited the chapter Naml, ayat number 19, رَبِّ أَوْزِئْنِي أَنْ أَشْكُرَ نِعْمَتَكَ الَّتِي أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيَّ وَعَلَى وَالِدَيَّ وَأَنْ أَعْمَلَ صَالِحًا تَرْضَاهُ. It's a beautiful, amazing dua kind of verse of the Quran, which we have to recite in our qunut. It's so amazing. So Imam Ali, you know, I was just, when I was writing my book about this beautiful match, and I found this wedding was full of sajda, full
Yes.
of prostration in front of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, and full of so many ayat and verses of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala has been revealed. You know, the night of we say wedding, Laylatul Zifaf, we can't imagine that, you know, that night, because Lady Fatima, Imam Ali, they both were so much more closer to Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. That night was more, you know, divinely night, and they spent most of that time with ibadat. So Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala has revealed the verse number 16 of chapters Sajda. تتجافى جنوبهم عن المضاجع ويدعون ربهم خوفا وطمعا. Ajib, you know, so amazing that the night, wedding night, you know, this is our spiritual mother. We are belonging from the same tree,
Yes.
you know, and when we having a ceremony and any function, what happens according to this hadith, you know, the Tuba tree
Yes.
is inside the heaven, yeah, inside the paradise. Inside the paradise, definitely we know that paradise is full of blessings and full of amazing favors of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. But still, the most peak and the outstanding ni'mah and the gift of Allah inside the paradise is Tuba tree, which is the source of all the beauties and all the blessings. Therefore, I call it qalbul Jannah, the heart
Yes.
of the Jannah. And we are keep talking about the heart and the lentil and everything. So the heart of the Jannah, the core of the heaven and paradise is Tuba. And what happens when these two noble and infallible personalities, Allah has made this beautiful match, what happened? That Allah command to we can say the gatekeeper of the Jannah, Ridwan,
Yes.
that angel, to just shake this tree, because this tree has so much power. Like the worldly tree, we can see, like they
Yes.
have sort of just fruits and the shade and the, you know, the smell and the flowers. But if you just consider and analyze and study the trees of heaven, you will be amazed that, you know, the trees of heaven, you can just shop, you can buy anything, you know, it gives you diamonds and pearls and, you know, durr, yaqud, or, you know, lu'lu, and so many beautiful varieties of stones which we usually like it. And then it's like a saloon, you know.
Yes.
It beautify us, the tuba tree, and especially on the day of wedding of Imam Ali and Lady Fatima, Allah command this tree to show his power, utmost power, you know, and it was just showing his power. And one of the most amazing thing is that the same tree is just dropping so many papers, or we can call it the tickets or some kind of cards, and for each muhib and lover of Lady Fatima and Imam Ali until the day of Qiyamah. Like, Allah knows that, you know, Roya in 2018 will be one of the lover of Bibi Fatima, Lady Fatima. For you, inshallah, there would be one ticket and one angel Allah has created the same day. And what has written on that particular ticket and card, that bara'atu minan nar, like you are safe from all stress, you know, and all problems. You would have the most peaceful life here and hereafter. But the condition is that to have that beautiful connection with that tuba tree. Tuba means, you know, the amazing way of expression of love of Allah towards the lovers of Lady Fatima and Imam Ali. So I was just amazed. I said, wow, when we are getting married, you know, and when marriage happens in this earth, in this planet, in these eras, definitely, you know, like Bibi and Lady Fatima, she's just looking that I want to see the how many doors they will open with their actions, you know, the doors of the heavens. So we have this option, because every marriage is not in the equal status in the eyes of Allah. You know, like as a worshipper, your level is more higher because you have more, you know, sincerity or more knowledge and whatever, more, you know, khulus, and compared to me. So the same way, the wedding is the ibadah. It's a form of worship. So if your wedding level is more higher, so you'll get more, you know, that connection, and inshallah that beautiful gifts of tuba tree, which is waiting for us. And for each of us, Allah has created the angels, and they're just waiting, and on the day of judgment and the day of resurrection, they will come down, and they will just give us that amazing, we can say, passport and the ticket, whatever, green card,
really
to go and to meet our mother.
Thank you very much. Right now I'm speechless. Nasrin, I think you're going to say something.
Yeah, I'm not speechless. Yeah, you know, this whole story that you narrated, hadith, about the Tuba Tasnim, because the Tuba Tasnim is where Hajra Fatima came from, right? From the fruit of the tree. So, you know, it's showing us actually how to get these coupons, you know, these tickets that, you know, you could imagine going to the store and say,
I got one actually. I got a coupon.
You got one? Oh, that's great. Can I have it? Because if we have the night of Hajra Fatima and Imam Ali's marriage was the beginning of the possibility of the Imams. Right? So we know that all the blessings in the world come from the Imams, from our connection to them. So therefore, only those people who are connected to the Imams can get a coupon. You know, so if you want a color TV, then you have to get a coupon. Then you have to go to the such and such imam that is responsible to guide you towards getting that kind of, you know, communication or whatever it is. So each of the 12 imams have a significance in their mission that you can get this line of those coupons. So, you know, the marriage signifies that all comes down to our connection, how we follow those imams, because those are the keys and the doors to get these felicities, the felicities of life. So, you know, this is a very, very deep and significant part of understanding that why do we get married in the first place? And then ours come from the imams, but then we continue it through our I want to say imams just to get the word out, but it's not, our descendants, right? So they continue us by feeding us when we die as well as in the life.
Okay,
so I had to get that.
That was great. Yes, you know, marriage is that much rosy, really. So let me get down. Let me go to the basics and to the facts. I want to go through details. I believe marriage can be rosy, of course, but definitely. So I just want to go to the details. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So, Okay, I want to go for this one. I mean, does Islam has any idea about who we should pick? I mean, the person that we should pick to hold hands. I mean, I don't know, and walk through the way of life. Is there any criteria there that who should be picked as a spouse, wife or husband?
Yeah, because we are looking for someone to spend our rest of our lives. So
Yes.
definitely, I can say in conclusion that the person who has a very good relationship with the maker and the creator,
So?
and the very good relationship with the creation. Yeah, if I am the balanced person, very good with creator and with creation, then you can choose me, you know, as
Okay.
a you know, partner of life. And with creation, if I'm a good, that means, you know, like I really like the phrase which I have read from the book of Avicenna, that he says, Al-Arifu al-Mu'minu hasha basha بسام فرحان لأنه يرى في كل الأشياء الحق. You know, Arif, Mu'min, faithful person, the one who has very good, you know, skills of communication with Creator. If he knows how to talk to Creator,
Yes.
then he would have, or she would have, the best skills of, you know, communication with his or her spouse.
Yes.
And that was actually the
Yeah.
mission of the fourth Imam. The
Exactly.
communication was actually the fourth Imam,
Ver-
which came after all the oppression, to show that we're still animals until you learn, because most were animals at the time
Yes.
of Imam Hussein that, you know, went the other way, that if it shows, if you connect to Allah, then to the Prophet, then to the Imams, then to your parents, and then
Yes.
to, you know, in this way, then everything opens for you, you know. And only then should you go to the fifth Imam, which teaches you the Quran and the Hadith and
Yeah.
science.
Exactly. So if someone who knows very good how to listen to Allah, yeah, that person would be the good listener to his or her, you know, partner. So and I
Yeah,
really
exactly.
love the way Allah, you know, Allah is mentioning one of the beautiful attribute of our Prophet is udhun. Udhun, you know Arabic, yeah? Udhun. Udhun, yeah?
You can
Yes,
tell the
okay.
viewers. We know it, of course, but tell the,
Udhun means
the listener.
yeah, the whole hearing one.
Yes.
So, because that is the most, nowadays it's a big, you know, again,
Yeah,
skill.
the reason,
Yeah.
you know, because the ear is the direct connector to the heart.
Exactly.
You know, and why? Because it channels in the vibrations. And the
Yes.
vibrations should be at the heart, and I believe it's 14 or 15 megahertz. And
Yes.
if it doesn't, then the heart will be out of balance. So the listener, the first thing we should listen to is the Quran,
Yeah.
in order to achieve that
yeah,
balance.
yeah.
And then after
yeah,
that will,
definitely.
you know, go on to the intellect.
Beautiful points, mashallah. So if we have someone who's a good listener, then, you know, listener to Allah means definitely, you know, the best person, the best servant of Allah, then that person could, it's able to have a good communication with his partner or her partner.
And all these,
yeah.
we can ask the question, how? You know, because if we don't know, you know, like, I want to be. Okay, so the next question is, how should I be? Well, the first thing is to listen to him through the Quran. Read the Quran,
Yeah.
because the Quran has, Imam Jafar Sadiq said, 50 verses a day are the right of the Quran to be read by every human being.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it begins, if you don't start with the Quran, you can't become a good
Yeah,
listener.
yeah.
And then du'as.
Yeah.
So?
As I said, that Avicenna, he's saying that the one who has a good communication with Allah, that person is Hasha, Basha, and Bassam, like joyful, yeah, cheerful,
Yes.
jolly,
Yes.
full of, you know, light-hearted, very, you know, delight person. So, because, you know, why?
Because it
why
opens the
Mu'min,
heart.
because Mu'min sees each and everything, not only human being, mankind, ashya, even the things as a sign of Allah. If you have done this KonMari method of, you know, decluttering the house and cleaning the house, a Japanese lady, so the, you know, her way of cleaning the house was hit and very, very famous in the world. The reason was a small tip that which we have in our religion, that she used to put that spirit to the things. She used to talk to the, you know, like the clothes and the items of the
Well, I
house.
missed the name.
Yeah,
Who are we
Con
talking-
Mary. Con
Oh.
Mary, yeah.
Oh.
So, and Con Mary, because she says, for example, oh, you know, my chador, my abba, whatever, you know, thank you so much. We spent, for example, 5 years together. Now, you know, I don't need you. And the way she used to fold and everything, the way she talks, I straight away, you know, the best and perfect way, I was remembering the beautiful room of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he used to talk to each and everything. He used to
Exactly, yeah.
name the things.
The name,
his
yeah.
stick,
Yes.
his stick, his even animal, you know, his sword, his even turban,
Yes, I
ammana,
know.
you know,
I
like
clearly
sahab.
understand.
I love it. You know, just I was imagining that, you know, our Prophet, he would talk to the things. He would
Yeah.
say to stick, for example,
Yes.
sahab, come to
Yes,
me. You know,
exactly. I know,
it's
I
so
understand.
amazing. So because they can see Allah and haq each and every item
Every
and
item.
animals and plants, and then comes to mankind.
yes.
So they respect, and they're always hashash, bashash, bassam, means cheerful,
Yes.
jolly, you know, happy, and brings happiness in this
Yes.
world. And then, you know, Avicenna, he says, mu'min and the faithful person, when he starts his day, it's like the way he has entered the palace, because this is full of blessings. Nowadays, I was doing for some other classes about the sermon of Lady Fatima to Zahra Salamullah Alayha. It was so nice. You know, in the beginning of sermon, the way Lady Fatima, she says, you know, how many blessings Allah has bestowed to us. Subuhun, Jamma, you know, there's no limit. It's a perfect place to live. And there are so many books which says, you know, like the planet, it shows, when we see the thing, it shows that this planet is just waiting for mankind to come and to just use each and everything.
Yes.
You know, like the earth is just somehow talking to the skies, and skies to the earth, that, you know, I want you and you want me, and the water is saying, who's there to drink me, and we are saying, where is the water? You know,
Yes.
this all harmony, the
Yes.
beautiful unity, it's so much important. So the one who really understand that where he is or
Yes.
she is, and from where, min aina, fi aina, wa ila aina, yeah,
Yes.
where he's going to go, you know, his destination, that person would be the best
Would-
to choose.
and of course,
and
not
the
easy to
future
find, of
mother and the
course.
future father, yeah. We have to keep in mind that my child will be in the arm of this person,
Yes.
who's the partner of my life. Then
Yes.
we can choose it,
Yes.
which is very, very difficult. You're
Very
right.
difficult to find, I think.
Yeah.
So, Nasser, you want to say something?
I
Okay.
think the key to all these hadiths and the understandings of what, you know, to inspire us, that what we can reach. But I think the question that comes is how, you know, that we should understand, okay, this comes from this, and this is the key to this. You know, like we said, Imam Zain al-Abidin, he had the key to the heart. He was the key to the heart, you know. And after him was the key to knowledge, was Imam Bakr and the splitter of knowledge. And then the key to science and what comes out of them. And this is how we get to the, you know, the coupons of a Tuba Taslim, only through understanding what our connection and learning, which begins, of course, with the allegiance we pledge every week to each of them. And then when we connect to them, it's not like we're waiting, like, okay, I have to focus my mind on what is this one say? No, doing it, let Allah be the one who give the result. You know, Allah wants obedience, and that's what you were saying about the wedding. You know, why? Why is it so? Because it's the obedience. Allah wants us to obey. I'm doing this for you. How are you doing it? Do you have music? Are you indecent? Do you have makeup in front of men? And the most purest of the of course the mehri, you know, have you lied in it and promised more than you can pay, or, you know, and if closer we are to the obedience, the more of those coupons we can
Get.
I love that word now.
So what else,
coupons.
Ms. Najafi? So as someone who has a good connection with God and with the creatures, and so someone who
The popular
Yes.
here and hereafter. I like this Ziyarat Aminullah, which says محبوبة في أرضك وسمائك. I always say to myself, you know, the population of this world is very limited. The population of here, like heavenly people, Ahlus Sama, like angels. So the one who's very popular,
the
you
one
know,
who's
yeah,
very
popular means here
you
and
make
hereafter.
it so difficult,
Yeah.
actually. So
The
and someone
popular.
who has, I mean, the power of listening. I mean,
Exactly.
a good listener.
So
That I don't want to
popular,
challenge
you mean,
any of
you
them.
mean charismatic. You mean the person who is able to inspire that love in a person. That's what you mean by popular, right?
Yeah,
Not
I'm-
someone
I'm
who has a
just-
big
I'm
mansion,
just
for
feeling
example.
in
and-
that sense, you know, people, they are looking for someone who's very powerful, very
Yeah.
popular, very wealthy. So I'm saying, yeah, powerful in communication and in relationship,
exactly.
and wealthy in faith, you know, which
Magnetic
never
and
no one can
charismatic.
snatch it.
Yes, I
you
know.
and richness again, and wealthiness and beauty, and you know, handsomeness and whatever, everything goes to that, you know, both. Definitely we are not saying to marry to don't look for the features. No, that is nur ala nur, you know, like that is some bonus point.
Yes, exactly,
You know, yeah,
that's
so
bonus.
yeah, but the main thing with whom you want to live, like not only I can say not rest of the life in this, because the time we spend with our partner, that time would be transformed to the hereafter forever. So that
Oh.
period is so important, because that is our youth age, you know, and
Yes.
when we are in power, in energy, and we want to use all our skills, and we want to really live.
Yes.
So that is the actual lifetime. Before that, we were just baby, you know.
Yes.
And after that, we are just expired.
Yes.
So that is the time which we want to choose someone. نعم العون على طاعة الله. You know, the
Exactly.
best of the best, and support her to reach towards, you know, the one who make me reach towards my goal, my
Yes.
purpose, my destination. So we really need someone, like if we really pray to Allah, and if we live the way we want someone to have the same qualities,
Yes.
if we try ourselves, we
Yes.
will get it, definitely.
We will get it.
Yeah.
We will get it.
Yeah,
So it's
mostly,
okay.
inshallah.
So
Hopefully,
okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
far so good. So for me, I can challenge every item actually of them. So, but we have to go for a break. Let's go for a break. Stay tuned.
Whenever you are shopping for food, always check the ingredients of what you are about to purchase. The following ingredients are haram and forbidden to eat or drink, and you should not buy or eat any product that contains them, even if it is a very small amount. Number 1. Pork and anything that has ingredients from pigs in it are forbidden to eat or drink. 2. Alcohol and anything that has alcohol in it, like beer, wine, and even some medicines and mouthwash, may also appear in ingredients as rum, for example in cakes. It is obligatory for a Muslim to leave a gathering where alcohol is being served, and it is forbidden to sit at the same table where there is any kind of alcohol, such as beer and wine. 3. Pepsin, extracted from pigs, usually found in cheese and cheese products. Another common ingredient is gelatin, usually found in marshmallows, candy, and jelly. Lard is another example, usually found in cookies and bakery products such as muffins, donuts, and croissants. Apart from these ingredients, one must make sure that the meat they are eating has been slaughtered Islamically and is from an edible animal. Also, if it is a fish, one must make sure that the fish is permissible to eat.
Thank you for being with us. We're gonna go to kitchen, and Fatima wanna put that pot somewhere that the camera can get.
Yeah, sure. But before that, I'm going to give an explanation about lentils. That I know lentils is really good for iron, and the best way to use lentils is with lemon juice. Okay, so make sure you add. I don't want to advertise a special brand. Just use like freshly squeezed lemon juice. We didn't have it now.
Yeah, or lime, right?
Lime, yeah.
Fatima, I smell hamburger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually the very interesting
smell
thing
like
about
them.
this kind of cutlet or patties is that the color and the color actually really looks like a meat
Yeah,
cutlets or
it looks-
burgers, but not the texture actually. The texture does not feel like that, but it's really, really. I hope
Like
they
a
turn out
soya
nice.
burger kind of thing.
like soy
Yeah.
burger, yes.
I would call
Um,
it a lentil kebab.
So the first way to serve this meal, like I said, sorry, is if you want to have like if you're on a diet, if you want to have a light lunch, if you've worked out and you don't want to regain all the calories that you've burnt, you can have it in the form of a salad. So we've cut some fresh cabbage, some onions, tomatoes, bell peppers. I put pickles. You can put whatever you want or whatever you have. We're gonna add a seasoning of salt and some pepper to this.
Some people like to have bread with it. I personally
That's the
would make
second
a
way
whole wheat chapati.
Yeah, inshallah,
And
we're gonna show that one
Yeah,
too.
because it's so versatile for
Yes.
food. Yeah.
And also onions, and onions we know is really good. And in a narration, if I'm wrong, Sister Najafi, please correct me. Onions, in the narration says that when you go to a new city, when you travel to a new place, have the onion of that place, so it actually prevents you're getting sick. It's correct. Okay, so this is it. I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil to this and some lemon juice.
So you're not going to mention that the onion actually brings a good odor to the mouth that we read
She was
before
trying
the
to skip
program?
that part.
Actually, yeah, because it kills the bacteria both in the mouth and in the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And the bad odor comes from the stomach. So it's a disinfectant. It's like a killer of, like an antibiotic sort of thing.
Yes.
So I'm just sprinkling it with some lemon juice. And this is the shallot yogurt that I told you. We call it mosto musir. It's actually really good. It's like strained yogurt. You can make it at home. If you have any kind of runny yogurt, you can put it in a very thin fabric like a chicken cloth.
A chicken
A
cloth.
kitchen cloth, and leave it overnight, or even in a sieve. And then I've topped it with some dried mint and some olive oil. So this is the first one. Now for showing the pot. It's actually, where is it?
The pot is here.
No, here. I don't want to break the glass. So I'm using a copper pot, and the reason actually the reason we chose these pots was that a lot of people are scared of using non-stick. We all our life we've been so used to using non-sticks that we think, oh my God, it's gonna stick. And like I said, the key to successful cutlets is that you have to make sure that the pot is nice and hot, and then you add your oil.
So it falls apart. Otherwise, if the oil's too
It's not hot
and
enough.
maybe it
Exactly,
soaks,
not hot
soaks
enough.
too much too. That's why.
And also, I'm using a really good quality sesame oil here. And I suggest that you actually use good quality oil to cook with, because you know, once you learn to
Fry?
that was too soon. Once you cook with less oil, it becomes even more economic to use good quality oil, because sometimes, you know, we're so used to deep frying everything that we have to go for the cheapest kind of oil
Yes.
that there is, you know. But when you actually learn to cook with less oil,
It was a lesson, actually.
Yeah, and so what about if you don't want to use non-stick? What about the cast iron? It doesn't work with this kind of
yeah,
food.
it does. I mean, the same trick
No, yes?
applies.
Oh,
The
it
same
does.
trick applies. Yeah, I think that these patties are not ready yet. They're gonna have, and you know, you have to let them cook very well, like be fried completely before you turn them. See, this one wasn't fried completely, so it's sort of like falling apart. Yeah.
What if we put, you know, that sometimes they put in hamburgers or different things, soda, a teaspoon of baking soda in it.
I've seen that, but I don't see the need. You really
Okay.
don't need to add like baking soda or even baking powder. Like once I
No,
made zucchini
baking
patties.
No, for the coming together of it, the stickiness of it.
I think the egg does it. the egg, the
Okay.
yogurt. As you see, like
so why are they
this is
falling
perfect.
apart? Did you say?
What?
No, I said. Why are you warning us about falling apart? That's
No.
why I
I'm just saying
mentioned
that you have to make sure that it's nice and crispy.
So it's not foolproof.
So no, of course, it's any kind of any
Okay.
kind of food is
Ciao.
not foolproof. And so in the next the next way that we're going to be serving these is on pita breads, whole wheat, of course.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Ms. Najafi, let's go to marital life. So, we got the coupon. We got the man who listens very much,
Hopefully.
hopefully, rarely. So, but,
What does he hear?
okay, so, and marital life. How can we have a good marital life? The things that needs to be considered, the items that need to be mentioned here. So, I will be really appreciated if we go for that.
Yeah.
Because I want to just add something else. I cannot actually not mention this. Right now, a lot of my friends, a lot of my family members, they are avoiding marriage. I mean, because they see a lot of, actually relationships, marital ones, that they are turning sour, or they see a lot of actually dead marriages. So I think that's not something good. Because of that, I have hard time accepting all the rosy story of marriage. So just I want you to tell me how I can have a rosy marriage.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You're right. I totally trust on you that nowadays, not only marriage, the whole life, the relationship, all kind of relationship with created and with all the creation.
So complicated.
Yeah, even with planet, with environment, we are doing so many injustice, with each and everything.
Yes.
So that is the problem, even with parents, the children's
Yes,
relation.
true.
So the root is somewhere else, not only the spouse.
Yes.
So we have to check within us that what is going wrong, because if we look at the Hadisi tips, beautiful tips we have, Qur'ani tips, Hadisi tips, which are guiding us towards again that rosy and beautiful life, like how Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Lady Khadija, they had
Yes.
it. Like I have written in my book that Lady Khadija, she was a great poet, and her poetry about her husband, our Prophet, is so amazing. Like in different events and in different like incident, the way she talks with poetry, with ishq, with love,
Yes.
and the love was from both sides, because our Prophet, they said, min akhlaq al-anbiya hubbun nisa. And this is the most strong character of our as a prophet. Our character is that we express, we show, we demonstrate our love towards our spouses.
Yes.
That is very, very important. So our prophet, he would say, كنت لها عاشقة فسألت الله أن يجمع بيني وبينها. I was deeply in love with the character of Lady Khadija, and I was keep asking from Allah to have very soon this match, this marriage.
Yes.
فسألت الله أن يجمع. This is the who is that, the person who's talking, who is the best of the creation. And then he said, إني رزقت حبها. Allah has given me in my rizq, in sustenance, the hub and the love of Khadija. So the story is from both sides, the love story. It's not just from Lady Khadija. Usually we hear that part,
Yes.
that she was so much in love with Prophet, not
yes.
Prophet that much. His expression is not told by scholars or the books commonly.
So,
but yeah,
I didn't get it. You mean it was a kind of a...
from both sides.
Okay, it was
yeah,
both-sided.
the expressions are both sides.
Yes.
Like Prophet is expressing his love and respect towards
Yes.
Lady Khadija, and Lady Khadija, she's like once when Prophet came back from the business trip. So after his business trip, Lady Khadija, she says, this is somehow the gist of the meaning of her poetry. She says that my beloved has been come back from the travel, And I'm just amazed that how come his face, the color of his face has been changed, and how come son got this, like permission, and how come this son has touched the face of my moon, like how come the sun, is
Like
kissing,
somewhere.
so beautifully, like this is the true ishq and love which we can
Yes.
see, so we can have it, and nowadays we have so many amazing role models nowadays even, but unfortunately usually whatever negativity happens, every negative news, we spread it like that.
Yes.
But something is, according to the nature and the normal life, if people are, spending, no one talks about that. Okay, those are okay, in
Those
their
are okay,
relationship.
so-
But if there's something going wrong, so people just start talking about that.
Yes.
So why we are spreading the negativity? Even this is very, very harmful, that we are saying, we don't want to marry. Marriage is so
Yes,
very, very
exactly.
expensive.
Yeah.
And we don't have divorce, we can say proof marriage nowadays. It's not easy. So the tips which Ahadi says, that the main thing which we all need in our relationship, which each and everything, and especially husband and wife, is respect.
Respect.
Yeah, respect. How? Even if you ask to the men that what do you want from your wife, the
Yes.
main thing, which is the like oxygen for them, that is honor and respect from
Yes.
both sides, definitely, but mostly from men's
For men,
side,
okay.
And more than that, physical intimacy. Maybe we don't believe
More
it.
than physical
that.
intimacy.
Yeah. Or if you Google, if you research, you will get, for 100% sure, I'm telling you, with
Okay.
so many research. Yeah. So very, 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 very important. We have the importance of other things,
Yes.
definitely, but and we as a female brain, we have different meaning of respect, and they have different meaning
Meaning
of
of
respect.
respect,
Like
yes.
somehow, if we are like serving them, we think,
Yes.
oh, we are respecting them,
Yes.
as a wife, I'm telling. Or if we are helping them, supporting them,
Yes.
giving them ideas, financially. So I'm respecting,
respecting him,
But
yes.
that is not a meaning of respect for them. We
For
have
him,
to,
for him is that, yes.
Yeah. We have to understand that what is going on as a man, as a husband, what really he wants. Yeah.
Yes.
So sometimes, like we say, oh, I can't respect him because he doesn't deserve it.
Okay.
He doesn't have those good qualities. How can I respect him?
Respect
Because of his some attitude, I have this reaction of disrespect and
Yes.
dishonoring. So we have our own mentality and our own philosophy. But we have to study, and the study has shown very clearly that there are some beautiful solutions, and we all, as a human being, as I said, we need respect, and if we show that respect, then we can win the heart from each other.
Yes.
And for that, showing the respect, I can just tell you a few tips. For example, we can say, first of all, we have to be a good listener, as I said.
good listener.
Yeah. Good listener.
Good
Like
listener.
even if I know that this person is wrong, and he's not going the way I want to,
yes.
it's not according to my taste, but still you can say, I'm hearing.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm
I'm
hearing.
listening.
Yeah, listening.
Yes.
I'm listening. Maybe I'm not agree, but just listen. Don't cut his
Yes.
or her talk. If you listen nicely, and as I've said, this listening power we can see in mothers, as a teacher, as a like prophet, as
Yes.
a muallim. So in each relationship we need it. The number two, we need to say sometimes that whatever you want, as you wish.
As you wish,
Yeah,
oh.
in the beginning.
So
yeah?
hard.
Yeah, but it's really, really helpful. Like the respect, if we are using a good tune of way of talking
Yes.
to our partner, the most benefit we will get.
Yes,
Because
I
we are
agree.
listening to,
Yes.
like I will get the best of the, benefit out of my own tune of, you know, talking.
Yes.
The way I talk, the way I
Yes.
address, the way I, you know, interact, and everything goes to myself. If I'm just trusting my partner, and
Yes.
if I'm showing, demonstrating that I have totally faith on you, still maybe I don't have it, but I have to show it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's really helped. Like then, you know, usually I've seen like some of wives, you know, they say, I really wanted to go out, and I really wanted to, for example, join such a job or whatever. So I 100% knew that my husband, he will not agree with this kind of
Yes.
activities. But when I asked him, and he said no, and then I said, okay, as you
Okay,
wish.
as you wish.
Yeah. And the moment wife says, as you wish, and definitely with other, you know, good qualities, then the husband will, you know, will become
Yes,
so
exactly.
satisfied, calm, say, oh, really?
Yes, and
Wow.
sometimes they take one step back even.
Exactly. They say,
Yes.
go. You know, why
Yes.
have I told you?
Yeah,
to go?
why?
So the thing which they really need to check that how much she is concerning about me.
Yes.
So that is the main point, you know, which really we are missing in all kind of relationship. If we have those amazing like tips which Quran and Hadith is saying, like have the minimum expectation from each other. If we have minimum expectation, like just expect from Allah, rely
Yes.
on Allah. We marry, we say, oh yeah, I was incomplete, I wanted to become a complete. I was
Complete.
unhappy, I want to become a
Happy.
happy by this particular spouse.
Yes. And I
which
think
is
it's not correct.
Yeah,
It's
not correct. Yeah.
I totally agree with
The
that.
center of our life and the core of our life should be Allah.
Yes.
Allah. And then you can see, the miracles comes in our life. Like
Yes.
we would look so rich, so needless.
Yes.
Like we are not just depending to have some smile and response and appreciation here and there. The person who is not connected to Allah, not relying us totally,
Yes.
I'm just always needy. I'm saying, why this person has this, why that, why
Yes.
this, oh, so many
Yes.
excuses. Then we become very cheap,
Yes.
very low,
You're
very
right.
depending, always complaining.
Yes.
The life will become so bitter
Yes.
automatically.
So-
So this is it's so easy in one sense.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Thank you, Miss Najafi. We have to go to Ahkam. I
Okay.
really love this part of the story. So I have to, we keep on, okay? So
Inshallah.
it's Ahkam time, Nasrin.
Yeah, it's hard for me actually to go to Ahkam after that because exactly I was going to say the empathy, right? Empathy is not like he doesn't deserve this. It's to connect to what does he need, and if that hasn't happened, then there's something missing in the marriage. There's no connection there in the heart level,
Exactly.
and also expectations, right? The only way we can become servers, and in the sense that Imam Ali meant it, not in the sense that they put down these days like women are servers, but both man and woman, to serve is to not expect, to have this goal of what can I get, and then we become, okay, what actions can I do today? And then that raises us higher, and then we automatically receive what we tried not to expect. So the ahkam today is concerning, there's a few actually. One is concerning the wedding actually, because I think that this is a place where if we want to try to get the most blessings, because it is like you said, the entrance, it is the doorway, it is the threshold that you're going to be carried through, metaphysically and metaphorically speaking. So the first thing is it allowed to actually have mixed gatherings during the wedding, even if you are wearing hijab and covered up? Is it allowed? Is it recommended? Is it makruh? Not recommended, or what? The second thing is that what is the ahkam, what is the ruling on one, clapping during the wedding? Is clapping actually allowed in Islam, or is it not? Because we know of different hadiths about when it was it was used negatively. The other thing is that is music allowed in gatherings, and what type of music, if, is allowed? Like, at what point do Hasidas or these Islamic type music allowed? You know, what is the difference? Where is the line that can be drawn, and on a woman's voice as well? During the wedding, we're asking now. And the other last question, which may seem not like a wedding discussion question or spouse selection. However, I'd like to know for our viewers, actually, because this seems to be a big problem in some national societies, some cultural societies. Please tell us what is the relation by Allah in Islam between a female cousin and a male cousin. You know, whether they're related through brother or cousin, father's brothers, mother's brothers, you know, etc. What is the name of the relation given concerning wearing hijab and covering up? This is what we're trying to get to. Let's go over to the expert to get the answers first.
Salam, in the name of God, the Compassionate and Merciful. This episode, the question is it allowed for us to have mixed gatherings, mixed parties, to go there or to start these kind of parties, to throw them? Even if we are with hijab there, the question is this. Well, the answer is clear. In these kind of areas which mahram and non-mahram are put together, we are not allowed to do that. We are not to create such atmospheres, and we are not allowed to go in such parties or gatherings that men and women are kind of both of them together, even if hijab is there, because, just talking with the other gender and, having more than necessary contact with them is going to result some very bad consequences in the future, which actually gives us the answer that it's not allowed, we should not do that. Clapping, is it allowed in parties, and what is the idea of the marja about this? Can we clap, for example, in parties or gatherings, or the gatherings that are about Ahl Bayt, for example, the birth of Ahl Bayt? The marja says it is allowed fi hadd nafsih, means if it does not cause anything else, yes, you can clap. But if that kind of clapping leads to another thing, like leads to al-ghina or leads to something not recommended or haram, then it is better for you not to clap. But normally, in normal situations, no, you can clap in gatherings and parties, and it's okay. Can we play music in parties or gatherings and stuff like these? Or if we can, what type of music? Well, as we know, mujtahideen say, music is divided into two parts, halal and haram. The haram part is those kind of music that lead to committing haram or sins in such parties and gatherings. So those kind of musics that are played normally in these kind of parties that haram is being committed in, no, we cannot do that, but the halal type, yes, we can play it. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Welcome back. We are going to continue the items that can help us to have a successful marriage, hopefully. So we talk about respect. Are we done with that, or no? We can go on.
Just last point, as I said, for respect, number one, the phrase which I'm giving to my maybe young couples to use, very easy tips, that whenever they have any kind of argument and discussions, just be calm and say whatever you wish.
Yes.
And then definitely you will come to your own, wishes. So this is just a trick.
It's a one-way, relationship, like it's a one-way street.
No.
So you are asking both sides to do the same. Yes,
both
okay.
side.
I'm so relieved, okay.
No. And the
can't do
second
that
one,
all
as
the
I said, عسى أن تحبوا شيئا وهو شر لكم. Like sometimes we like to talk and we feel, oh, this is the best, but that is not best.
Yeah.
So my third tip is that sometimes it's nice to just shut down our
Okay.
mouth. Yeah.
Oh,
That
I
we
think
call
it's
it,
the most
the,
difficult
the
thing.
soul, fast. Like Lady Maryam, she kept this kind of fast, like she didn't talk,
Yes.
silence. So we always look the solution in just eating, in
Yes.
just talking.
Yes.
But the actual, if we ask to the experts about even physical health, they said the asl, the actual health comes from not eating.
Not
We
eating.
shouldn't eat. That is that is the foundation. And then whenever we need, we have to eat.
Yes.
And nowadays, we're just saying, oh, let's eat
Yeah,
this
yes.
and that. This is so much,
Yes.
this, and we are
So
eating
greedy.
so much,
Yes.
and that it turns to the unhealthy, physical, lifestyle. And so it's better sometimes to not talk, and by not talking, by just silence, we are solving so many of our problems.
Yes.
And we are giving so much peace and tranquility and smooth to ourselves.
Yes.
So just, I'm just begging to our, especially, wives
Yes.
and even the husbands that, just,
Yes.
love yourself.
It's not every some
Love
some of
yourself.
them. Yeah, they do not talk. Actually, they do not answer. They shut down, but they go to room and slam the door. So you are not recommending. So
No,
it's
no,
not.
yeah.
It's not the one. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought it can be a technique actually. So I'm not
Yeah,
talking.
yeah,
So I'm just going
yeah.
to room and slamming
Exactly.
the door.
No. We are just harming ourselves by these
That's
kind of
harboring,
actions.
so
Yeah.
That's harboring resentment.
Oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
No,
that's
I'm
a
not
very
recommending
unhealthy-
this. Yeah, I'm not.
No, you're
One
not
more-
recommending.
No, I'm not.
One more tip, which I usually call that, the best beauty cream, especially for wives, but not in a
Listening.
jar. That is in your smile. Like the smile can bring miracles in
it go a long
relationships.
way,
Yeah,
yes.
because our beauty is not in our beautiful eyes and nose and features. No, we as a wives, sometimes we have so many misconceptions, concept and misunderstanding about ourselves. The way we are thinking. Oh yeah, the men, they just want our physical perfection. No, that is not only one. Sometimes I really I have observed. I ask even for my husband. I say, I have seen many couples, especially in Western countries. They are, especially the wives, they doesn't look nice and they don't care themselves, but they're so happy in that environment.
What's the secret,
What's the secret? And then my husband tells me that the most important thing is not just the only, like nowadays too much stress.
Yes.
Everything should be balanced. That the way Islam says, we have to look after our, looks too.
Yes.
Definitely, that perfection we need it, but that is not the end of the story. We just say, oh yeah, I'm the perfect, and I'm
Yes.
slim, smart, this and that.
Yes.
But your smile, ya Allah, what can I say? I just
Is that why people get the
will
Botox?
you will become
'Cause it
the
makes
miss like beauty of universe when you really smile from heart. And the as
Yeah.
maybe I said in previous episode that the husband, they're dying to listen this sentence, that you have made my life, you have bring wonders in my life because of you. And one more tips which I really recommend, that is just kill your partner with kindness.
Kill.
I recommend
I
you
like the
kill your
first part.
partner if none of this
Just
works.
show, just appreciate, gratitude for small, just look for the excuse. Always
Yes.
say, I literally, I experienced with my husband too, like, because I have so many tasks in my life, and especially when I was running so many crash courses for teenagers, and I was so tired. I used to say, Agha, I'm so tired. He would say, no, my Razia, you look so fresh. And you never get upset and angry. How come you say? I say, I am. You are just lying. I know you are so
lying.
smart and sticky. This is like we can say politics. But he said no. And at the end of the day, it's really, 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 brings effects in my life. I said,
Yes.
and he said, no, I'm 100% sure. And Alhamdulillah, I have climbed the Mount Kilimanjaro, and that is also because of him. He said, no,
Oh,
my
that's
Raja
really
can
great.
do everything. You know, she in Mount Kilimanjaro is nothing. She can go to the Everest. I said, no, Abba, I can't. But he said, no, you can. So it's, you know, the way he was killing me with his kindness, then automatically, you know, I'll go
believed
towards
it.
him. And I appreciate, yeah.
But
So
thanks
we can
God,
do
you
it.
both were on the same page. I think we need to be on the same page about it. I mean, I'm killing
No,
you with
maybe
my
I'm
kindness.
Not, maybe I'm not in that level, but I'm learning a lot from him because
Yes.
he's killing me. Like he's teaching me with his you know, attitude that I'm so much hyper, but he's telling me no, you are not. You know, that is a technique.
That's a
So,
technique.
yeah, that is a technique. Which
I'd like
I'm
to give
learning
one
from.
technique also that once a week
Nasrin,
to
you have
recite
techniques?
Hadith
Okay,
Kissa.
good.
I don't care. It's an important one.
That's great.
You know me, I'll just bulldoze it through. Hadith Kissa once a week will really ensure that that connection with the Ahl Bayt is kept and that they watch over and help us when we're in those weaknesses that we can climb Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Everest, whatever. So that is really important because it's our connection to not only the Prophet and but the Prophet's family. You know, the Panjatan or the five, the people under the
course,
blanket, and this will bring actually a much stronger,
Yes.
not only husband's wife and husband spousal, I meant to say, but also the children. You know, to
Yes.
keep that connection because we see them as, you know, God forbid, I know we don't see them as dead, but like they've gone, but they are connected to us and talking to us,
Yes.
and that's how to make the connection.
So that
Now
was
we're
great.
talking
Thank
about
you.
Techniques.
We were
Everybody has
Can I share one technique too?
about this.
No, about relationship between spouse. I think that you know, like if you actually make the right choice and marry the right person, like as in yes, there are some cases where you may end up in an unfortunate marriage, although you really try to like have the right criteria in mind. But inshallah, it works out, and you've married the right person. You know, this point that Dr. Najafi mentioned, to like shower your spouse with so much love. And you know, I think that Roya, you said, is it really right? They should be from both ways. Yeah, of course it should be from both ways. But like I said, I think that if you make the right choice, it will be both ways.
No, Fatih,
But
so
even
no,
if
no,
it
see,
isn't, the
hear me
expectation
out.
should
I
be
mean,
there.
you and me need to be on the same page. I mean, I want you to understand what I'm doing. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I am showering you with kindness, and I
That's
want you
the
to
thing.
know.
If
So-
you make the right choice, if you marry the right person, you know
So?
they say man lam
Sometimes.
yashkur al makhluq lam yashkur al khaliq. If you don't thank the servant, you haven't thanked Allah. That's one key rule that, you know, my dad, he has said this hadith so many times that it's like carved in my brain.
Yes.
That if you don't thank the servant of Allah, you cannot thank Allah. And no matter how much you can say Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, it's just blabbering. It's
Yes.
just
But you
on
know
the tip
what,
of your
what will
tongue, you know.
increase that? If also that way is true, but if you haven't thanked Allah, you don't have that gratitude to thank the
Exactly.
servant either. So begin with the du'as, and the best place is Imam Zain al-Abidin's, you know.
And the
du'as.
technique that I wanted to share was
Oh,
actually
it hasn't
this
come
one.
yet.
Yeah, this,
No, no,
this
it's
was all
I thought that was it, showering.
The technique that I wanted to share was that actually it really worked in my life in the beginning of my marriage. You know, in the beginning of marriage is actually sweet because you're full of love and compassion and everything, inshallah. But then there's a lot of challenges as well because it's two different people. They're just learning to like adjust, and it's like two rough walls like rubbing and rubbing until finally they smooth out, right? But you know, like again, like Sister Radia said, to be able to close your mouth at the right time. That is
Yes.
so important. Not only the woman, but also the man. And like, how I would look at it would be if I close my mouth for like 2 minutes, and this 2 minute is going to be like 20 minutes for me because it's so hard. Like I so need to say like, no, you're not right. But if you really manage to control yourself, and you know, if you look at it as jihadun nafs, like fighting your nafs,
Yeah,
not in the form of
absolutely,
like,
that's
oh, you know what, let me just be quiet because I'm a woman and whatever,
Yes.
or let me just be quiet because this woman doesn't understand. No, because you're really fighting your nafs. You know, if you manage to do that, you are saving yourself 20 minutes, 2 days, 2 weeks of quarrel and not
Yes.
being on speaking terms. If you just manage to close your mouth for 2 minutes and not say what you're not supposed to say, and it's not going to take you anywhere.
I couldn't agree more, really.
Yeah.
That was
So
totally
it's
true.
actually
You know,
I
in
agree with
addition
that.
to that tip, I think on the same side, a man should learn to talk.
Yeah, of course,
You know,
definitely.
women should learn to, excuse the expression, but shut up. And a man should learn to talk more about the things that are going on down in here.
But I think
Sometimes the
women
problem
like
is
to
with
talk.
the woman not talking, not saying why she's upset. She'll just stop talking. She'll just block, and the guy's like, "But what did I
Okay,
do?
well
Like, I have
then
no idea."
whoever's playing the man.
Exactly. So, like, if you manage to really control yourself for 2 minutes, you're gonna win yourself 2 hours
Yes.
of headache. You did this, la la la. Your
But
mom
it
did this.
doesn't mean be over patient.
No,
Yes.
of course.
No,
Yes.
because when enough is enough, it's enough.
Only
too.
when it's not your red lines. But if you have, like my mom
Yeah.
would always say,
When-
have like 5 red lines, but stick to them. And if you have 50 red lines, nobody's gonna like say, oh, whatever, there goes your red lines again.
Yes,
but
you're
if you
right.
have like 5 red lines and you stick to them, then your partner can also respect, because he or she will be like, okay, A, B, C, D. These are her red lines. These are his red lines.
Yeah,
they can
that's true.
observe.
And
them.
of course,
That was
the
definitely
praying
true.
for
was
your
really long.
and praying for your well, she hasn't learned that first part yet. The praying for your spouse, because this life is like a check and a balance, like debit and credit. So you need to earn as much credit so that when you need the debit, it's there.
Yes.
So praying for your enemies or your spouse, no, they're not the same.
They're not the same.
Sometimes they can be. That gives Allah, you've stored your credit with Allah, like charity, right? So that helps a lot.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, great tips actually. So, Ms. Najafi, what else? I mean, so respect, so timing, having a good timing, like when to shut up. Sorry, should I say shut up?
Yeah, I use that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and
and-
end of the story, if you say I have done all this technique, it doesn't work.
It doesn't
yeah?
work.
I was showing so much gratitude, but nothing I get in
Yes.
response, whatever. In the end of this kind of problems in relationship, we can just rely on Allah. You know how? You say, oh, I want to deal with Rabb, not with Abd. This is the Abd, slave of Allah, the creation, yeah,
Yes.
my spouse. And that spouse, because as a creation of Allah, we can look at him or her as a child.
Yes.
Like if a child comes and hit me, so it doesn't bother me. I say,
Oh my God,
it's
it
a child.
bothers, it
Yeah,
hurts.
it's,
It doesn't really.
Yeah, you see, it's just 2 years
It hurts.
old.
Okay.
Yeah, if he
Okay.
says something, and you're not looking nice, I say, okay, so cute the way you are saying. So we can deal it, definitely. You say, because I'm so smart. This is the smartness.
Yes.
If you are a very clever person, you will deal with Allah.
Okay.
With Khaliq, with Creator.
What kind of
not
deal is that?
creation.
It means
Yeah,
I'm ready
that-
to forgive him. I forgive him because of you.
Deal is that,
Allah.
because you are putting him in your head.
Yes.
So automatically his wording, his whatever, expression is so low. Like as
Okay.
Imam Ali says in Nahj al-Balagha that I have a brother who because if you're high, when you're in aeroplane,
Yeah.
you can see everything very small.
You look,
So,
it's
yeah,
called,
you
it's like
change
mind
your
over
vision,
matter.
Yes.
Like you will say, okay, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
You will not get that much hurt.
Yes.
Because you're connected with him. So if you're dealing with a Rabb,
Yes.
then Abd is very, nothing will harming you in that level. And the second part is you can just deal it with fun and with joke and with some like if for example if he says, oh, you are not a good cook, so you say, oh yeah, so we are a good match, if you are not looking, you are not that much more pretty, you say, oh, therefore
okay,
I have
tit for
chosen
tat.
you. So just just laugh it, just joke, just make it easy, just turn the top. You can do it.
Yes.
We can do it. We have so much power, so much skills. So we think that, oh, this is the end of the story. Look at him, the way he's talking to
Yes,
me or
exactly.
her. Oh, he's he's breaking, you know,
Yes,
disrespecting
disparaging me, yes,
yeah,
belittling
insulting
me.
me.
Yes.
So no, he can't insult you. Only he's the one, you know. يعز من يشاء إن لله عزة جميعا. The izzat is just exclusively, it comes from there.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I,
no,
I
not at
have
all.
to say,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's so hard. I mean, to keep it in, I cannot do that. So I want to say it's really beautiful, but it's so difficult to be that much positive. To be that much positive. I mean, when you tell me, okay, God, I am forgiving him because of you, I think another page of the story can be like this: God, why? Why do I need to end up with a man like him? So it's another story. You want me to stay on the the positive side. I want you to teach me how to stay on positive side of the story. That's the difficult part for me. And I think
Yeah.
for women, I'm not talking for me about men, it's for
I'm saying
all,
you-
yes.
you're representative everywhere.
I have a tip. You know, like I say, I always go back to this, that the Ahl Bayt are our relationships. If you understand that connecting to which Ahl Bayt is the guide of that relationship, then you go, and I've helped, there's a few people that had problems with their spouse, and I always tell them, go read Najib Balagha, go connect to, because he is about the Imam Ali is the couple remedy, Hazrat Fatima and Imam Ali. And always they found a huge solution, either Hadith Kisa or Imam Ali, because he's the one who guides you. The Prophet is the father, right? But Imam Ali is the first leader and the spouse, right? So if you need help, he gives you direct guidance in how to deal with this. And believe me, immediately you will see that, you know, what was a disaster before suddenly becomes like, how did he understand that? He never usually he's usually a little bit thick on this part. But because you made the connection with Imam Ali is the intercessor for this situation. You know, intercession is here in our life. We need it here, right?
Yeah,
So likewise, all the other Imams have their place in our relations too. With children, the children of Imam Ali and Hazrat Fatima. That's how I get through things.
Question. I wanted to ask about evil eye in marriage. Is there such thing as evil eye in Islam? I mean, I think there is. I know hadiths that are. But like, does it really apply in marriage? You know, sometimes when you have a really difficult time, people tell you like your marriage has been evil-eyed.
Yeah, has been jinxed you, man. That kind of it. Okay.
Yeah, most of the time it's just an excuse to escape. You know, like it's so easy to say, oh yeah, because of this and that. You know, it's easiest way. Because you have seen most of the like not learned people, they have this kind of comment, you know, this kind of view. Because in a learned environment, you never see that you just blame others totally. No, like maybe, we have to be careful, definitely. We shouldn't show too much, you know, like whatever Allah has given to us. Therefore, you know, like we are not allowed to say each and everything. So, but we have to be careful. The solutions and with some tips are there, you know, hadith and ayat, and we all know about those. But no, we should blame. This is very tough to see inside, you know.
To find your faults.
Yes.
So that is usually like we don't believe in that level. Like 90%, 80% people are just saying, you know, because of this and that.
Yes, I think that this is the easiest way.
Yeah.
Blaming
However,
evil
it
for
is,
that.
an evil eye, the Holy Prophet said, is real.
Yeah, that she
Believe
says,
in
yeah.
it, and 30% of people in the grave are there
Yes.
because of evil eye.
Because of evil eye.
That's
I
really
heard
So
Yeah.
if they can get us to the grave, they can ruin a marriage too.
that. Oh my
you know.
God.
And yes, of course, we have to first look at, you know, our actions and our behavior. However, it is a reality that
Yes.
you know they
Yeah,
can marriages can be ruined, have been ruined.
But I
to
think,
it.
you know, it's real. Like, what I wanted to mention was that nowadays, so many girls, especially girls, men are less into
Yeah.
these things. I'm not saying they aren't. Like, they love to show off everything. like
Yeah.
especially on Facebook, Instagram, or all these social media. Me and my love
Exactly.
eating.
Oh, men do that too.
This is our new bed cover. This is our
Oh.
new window. We're
Yeah.
having juice together.
You're
you know?
speaking my language. Oh my God.
Everything is
That's
so
really
even
hurtful.
though you may have had a fight, you know, like before that nice rosy
Yes.
restaurant that you went to, it was a whole fight. It was like a catastrophe. But you put it and you put a smile and this really nice dish, and everybody thinks, look, they're so lucky.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Like the husband is such a gentleman. Look at the wife;
Exactly.
she's so this. You know, you expose yourself
Yeah.
to so much attention that people actually really.
think that you have a happy marriage.
So, Mr.
Yeah.
Najafi, I mean, any final point?
That's
I
a
think we
really
have to
good point.
wrap it up, and I am waiting for
Sorry,
a
Sister
beautiful.
Razia, I think that
final
is
say.
a really important point. Don't expose your life so much that you make yourself prey to this evil eye, and then what was beautiful before ends up dissolving itself. You know, keep yourself away from this publicity and this
Yeah.
this social media, because it really is dangerous.
And
that
Nasser,
kind,
not
I think.
necessarily because of evil eye. I think this is not
Well,
really
what is
okay.
evil eye? It's jealousy. I wish I had
Yes.
it. Why does she have it? Da, da, da.
No, you're ruining other people's life. I mean, why you
Yeah.
are doing this? I mean,
Okay, but that is evil eye.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yes, that's it.
Yeah, therefore in Islam, yeah.
She's saying not only because not
Yeah.
getting evil eye, but
Yes.
because you know maybe there are so many people who don't have
Yes.
good marriages.
They cannot
Some
go
So
to the
that
rosy
turns into-
restaurants.
that is-
I mean,
They're
that
not
is-
rich. They don't
Someone-
have kids,
Yeah,
and
they
you
don't
keep
have
putting
kids.
like beautiful pictures of your newborn baby and their chubby feet and hand, you know. And sometimes, no, I'm serious. I actually saw this on Instagram that there was this lady, she just had a baby, and another lady messaged her and said like, we've been trying to have a baby for like 15 years, and we haven't been able to, you know.
So, thank you. So let's go for the final say. It was like gossiping.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Najafi, any final say?
Yeah, therefore in Islam, it's not allowed to eat in front of other people.
Yes.
Like in restaurants, if someone else is there and watching
Without
to you, and
sharing.
don't, you know, like the wish and yeah, we can say, you know, the desire which they have. So according to that, I remember when I was really, really young, my father, he told me that, you know, the way you people, you know, eat, especially in some, like when we go toward Tanzania and other African countries, so other people are watching you and they don't have it. So same thing on our
Yes.
social media.
Yes.
Nowadays, 90% of the way we are using this social media is
Yes.
not healthy at all.
Not
Yeah,
healthy.
it
Yes, you're right.
shows something is missing in their life.
Yes,
Therefore, they're showing it off. You know, like when I see these kind of people, I said, yeah, they're so poor.
Yes.
And Alhamdulillah, if we are not among those, so it's a gift from Allah, and we have
It's
to
also
be
sort
yeah.
of a keeping up with the Joneses in the
Yes.
social media. Okay, you see someone, they show something, you don't have that, so you show something else, and it's
Yes.
a competition, and then
Yes.
like, where does it end?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree
very
with the
dangerous.
keeping up with the Joneses, and definitely we're going to talk about it on social media in upcoming sessions. So, but
Very
so,
good topic,
so
very
yes,
hot
yes. So let's go for the final say, or any advice, anything that you think can solve a problem or save a marriage, or I don't know, help us to enter in a happily ever after life.
Yeah, the most important thing is that whatever we know, we have to believe on it. Yeah, we
Yes.
have to trust on it, because nowadays everywhere is information, so
Yes.
much bombarding of information. But change that information towards a knowledge. Knowledge means that light which comes in our action, in our mind. So as you are keep asking me that, you know, how come we reach to this level of like rosy life, whatever. So the most important thing is that, you know, we have to like practice it and believe it, and we can bring the change, because I always believe that Lady Khadijatul Kubra, as an idol breaker, the custom, the systems, the culture, which was so much powerful in that era, in that time, she came and she just
Yes.
brought all those change. You know, she broke the you know, the actual business which she has done is not the small business in this world.
Yes.
The business with Allah, you know, and she was just focusing on Allah, and she's not caring about people and opinions of the society. So we need this kind of, you know, that courage and that powerful step, that we shouldn't care about people, like what people will say if we live like that simple life, for example, you know, what people will say if we marry with someone is lower class than us, what people will say. Nothing should be matter in our life. If we just focus, definitely whatever we know, if we act upon those with proudness.
Yes.
And you know, like you can just shift your feelings, your faith, your trust to your spouse. Like if
Yes.
you have really faith on him, because Allah says, and you just practice, give some time to, you know, we are so much in a hurry, like we want
Yes.
quick result.
Yes,
Like, I have done
exactly.
this, now I want
No,
to respond.
yes,
No,
exactly.
that
Remote
is
control
wrong.
society.
Yeah, in a second, actually.
That is
You're
you know,
hasty. So
yeah,
that's why.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we have to continue this one later, maybe in future. Fatima, are you done with the kitchen? So,
No,
and do you
I'm
want me
ready.
to join you?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah, why not? Okay.
So, the
If
second way
I'm
we're
gonna
going to be
leave you
serving
here a
This
little
this.
looks
bit.
great.
Thank
This
you.
is my favorite.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
The second way we're going to be serving this is that I'm going to
Ah.
actually be doing two ways, the sandwich two ways. One is a little more healthy. Oops.
Is this a warm one here?
Fatima,
no.
and it's olive oil on top of the
It's-
yogurt?
Yes,
Oh,
olive oil.
Okay,
yes.
it's
And
Is-
mint?
and mint. I
And
think
mint,
dried mint.
yes.
Yes.
Okay,
So
wow.
for the first one, I'm not gonna be using any sauces. If you really want to go healthy, you can use sour cream. You can use the shallot or the strained yogurt. Sorry. So I'm just gonna put that on top. And these cutlets or these patties, they're fried in very little oil. I was using actually this. I was using 1/4 of a cup of sesame oil for all this cutlet.
The
I
bread
think
is anything special?
it's a pita bread.
Uh-huh,
It's store bought. It's whole wheat.
Mhm.
You can, of course, we will be doing like
Okay.
demos on how to make your own
Pita bread?
pita bread.
Or
yeah.
chapati?
Or chapatis.
Or
yeah, we should
even,
do chapatis
what
as
is
well.
what is the other one? Oh my God, I can't. Tortillas.
Yeah, inshallah. All right, so
Tortillas?
one is okay. I'm going to
Mexican.
start with the
Yeah, I know it's a Mexican food. Yeah.
with the cabbage. It always gives a lot of freshness, and it's of course very healthy and crunchy. I love
Or
the
lettuce.
lettuce. This is a iceberg lettuce.
Lettuce, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to be doing some lettuce here.
Yeah, it's also, it's very important for the brain because
Mhm.
of the vitamin K.
Oh,
And yeah,
I had no idea about this.
and the peppers, of course, the vitamin C,
Yes.
which is good for the immune system.
and always onions,
Onion,
raw
my
onion.
favorite part.
And it's really good for you. So
Yes.
Yes,
My
it
son,
perfumes
he
your
loved-
mouth.
No,
Remember?
come on,
My
don't ruin
son-
the
I
party.
love teasing
You're
her. then.
spoiling the party. so
No,
come on.
no, it does.
I know it does. But
Yeah.
this, I want to focus on the taste right now, not the smell.
my
No,
son
I'm
loves
saying it
raw
takes
onions
away
and
the
garlic.
You really?
It takes away because of the odor. It takes
Uh-huh.
away, kills
It takes
the odor.
away. Okay.
That's what we're saying.
Okay, and some bell peppers, just a few. So I'm just gonna be.
Okay.
That's great. But it's going to break. It's too fat.
We're gonna use our Bismillah trick. Just gonna put some more
Okay,
salt.
but Bismillah is not going to
So-
make the bread
Black
bigger,
pepper,
right?
That was Fatima.
Yeah,
That
black
was
pepper,
It's
a
too
fresh
big.
ground black pepper, and just this teeny bit of olive oil, good quality olive oil.
Well, olive oil
Wait,
helps you
that was a little
digest
too
your
much.
food. So actually, you don't really gain weight with it. You lose weight.
Mhm.
Uh huh.
You lose weight.
Experience.
Italians
experience,
use
yeah.
a lot of olive oil. I had
But they also have a lot of pasta.
I had an Italian friend. She said like it's not that we don't use oil. We use oil. We use a lot of oil, but we use like good quality olive oil,
Yeah.
which is really good for you, right?
Yes.
Well, I think
And
the
tasteful.
Lebanese, you know, the lemon and the olive oil, especially together,
Yes.
and it makes you. Once I started using the olive oil, in very short period of time, I started losing weight. I said, "How am I losing weight? I'm eating all this olive because of the olive oil."
Yeah,
and
since
the
last night I have
lemons."
started, using olive oil, a lot of olive oil.
Oh,
Okay,
you did?
so-
That's
Yeah,
good.
I'm doing
That's
that, yes,
really
okay.
good.
So on this one, I'm going to be doing some sauce. Okay, now something
Sauce.
that came to my mind that I have to tell you. If you want to have crispy cutlets, you
Yes.
shouldn't fry them on very high heat. Don't deep fry them. Well, actually, you can deep fry them. It will give you like really crispy cutlets. But the best thing is to fry them on medium
Can I
high
try
heat.
a little of this?
Yeah,
Fatima,
sure, go
so I'm
ahead.
gonna- That's
You're too hungry?
no, just hamburger. It smells like hamburger.
So-
Yeah, it does.
As usual, like I said, nothing is fun. Eating is never fun to do alone. So I made two, and we're going to be serving it. And I'm just going to be using these fancy little umbrellas. You can use even toothpicks, or you don't have to use anything really. But I just want to hold them intact. So I'm going to be using these.
They look
Okay.
like they're going to break by the time we
Like
get them open.
beach sand would be.
It's a very windy
Please.
day.
It's like, okay,
That tastes like a hamburger too.
really?
Yeah.
No way.
No, you can try it. Go for it.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna... Ugh, Nasrin was right. It is very...
It doesn't taste like a hamburger
It
to me.
does. It does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay,
Really.
it
Really
does.
tastes like hamburger.
I'm just
Sorry.
It tastes like hamburger.
I'm just gonna use these umbrellas, pour umbrellas, to hold these together. I hope that you enjoy our programs and you watch them, you make our recipes, our healthy version of recipes, along with the Islamic tips that we share with you. And we are using a lot of very special ingredients in our shows, which may not be easily accessible in the West. That's why we have thought about making it available to all of you brothers and sisters through a website called Basalam, BASALAM, and they ship worldwide. So wherever in the world it is that you are living, we are going to ship our highest quality of ingredients to your doorstep. Thank you very much for joining us. This is Lifestyle. All right, well, I'm done. That's it.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Fatima. That was really great
Thank
and
you.
beautiful.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So let me first, end the show. So I'm gonna join you. So thank you very much for being with us and for watching us. And I want you to be in contact with us. You already know the addresses, and addresses are already subtitled. And fi aman Allah.
O God, bless Muhammad and his household, and release me from a debt which makes me lose faith, confuses my mind, disrupts my thinking, and prolongs my occupation with attending to it. I seek refuge in Thee, my Lord, from worry and thought about death, from the distraction and sleeplessness of death. So bless Muhammad and his household, and give me refuge from it. I seek sanctuary in Thee, my Lord, from death's abasement in life and its ill effects after death. So bless Muhammad and his household, and give me sanctuary from it through a bountiful plenty or a continually arriving sufficiency. O God, bless Muhammad and his household. Prevent me from extravagance and excess. Put me on the course of generous spending and moderation. Teach me excellent distribution. Hold me back through Thy gentleness from squandering. Allow me to attain my provisions through lawful means. Direct my spending toward the gateways of devotion, and take away from me any possession which will bring forth pride in me, lead to insolence or drag me in its heels to rebellion. O God, make me love the companionship of the poor and help me be their companion with excellent patience. Whenever thou takest away from me the goods of this perishing world, store them for me in thy abiding treasuries. Make this world's broken pieces which thou hast conferred upon me, and its goods which thou hast quickly granted to me, a way to reach thy neighborhood, a link to thy nearness, and a means to thy garden. Verily, thou art possessor of bounty abounding, and thou art the munificent, the generous.